What would happen if you locked not one, not two, but three leading academics in a room and gave them 10 minutes to answer a hypothetical question? This is Brains in a Box, and today's question is, what would happen if bees became extinct? Time starts now.
Parts of America, there are already 80% drop in the population of bees, so it's quite possible that this could happen.
They pollinate a whole variety of food, almost a side effect, because what they actually want, of course, is a nectar.
The plants that cattle feed on, if it means that it affects the whole food chain. You know,
But grass doesn't need to be pollinated. Wheat and barley isn't pollinated by bees.
No, not all crops are pollinated, but a large fraction of them. It's avocados, melons, almonds, coffee, vanilla,
peaches, apples. When bees stop pollinating, other pollinators that eat those things would also die out.
But can't reproduce, for instance. The hive is really the animal, so the queen is the ovary of the hive.
When bees go out, for instance, and find a food source, and they'll tell the rest of the hive, but there's lots of competition for that,
yes,
because lots of different scouting parties will go out and they dance on the hive and tell them the exact direction to go in, taking into account mountains, for instance. Bees don't necessarily believe other bees. I mean, there's been some research where they put a load of honey in the middle of a lake on a boat, took some bees to it, they went back to the hive, could recruit no one.
Because there would be something in the middle of the lake.
Yes, and they wouldn't believe it.
We'll leave our brains in a box while they draw up their top 3 conclusions, but here's what's still to come. What would happen if you tried to improve the aerodynamics of a rugby ball? If you went large with a child's bottle of bubbles? And what would happen if you took a gun that can shoot round corners into the battlefield?
There's no computer model you can make. We just don't know enough.
Of course, there are many other
We gave 3 leading academics 10 minutes to answer the question, what would happen if bees became extinct? Presenting their conclusions is Professor Noel Sharkey.
Well, the third conclusion, of course, is that we'd have no honey for people or for bears and all its beneficial effects. Well, the second conclusion, none of these are very nice, is that food production could fall very dramatically because of the lack of pollination. The cost will be around about 100 billion per year, and that's not to mention the cost in lives. The most serious conclusion, number 1, is that this is very unpredictable and it could cause a complete collapse of the ecosystem with other pollinators dying, and so we would have nothing to eat at all.